The following program was produced by WordSeed Inc., a nonprofit organization. Elena Lachelle Queen, but you already knew that. We are live on Facebook, and I tried a new thing with a virtual background. I don't even know if it's going to work, but we are here and we are doing it. I'm so excited. We have lots of people joining in to the open mic. We are live, so we're going to be watching on the Facebook page as well as enjoying you here in the Zoom room. So happy Poetry Month. It's important to say that. I don't know if you know this, but for us, this is a national holiday. We are very excited about Poetry Month. We got some amazing poets in the house. Jason Moody is here. Rescue Poetics is here. Noel is here. Raymond Tyler is here. I just met this woman just last night, and she has the best t-shirt in the entire world. Jewel Lloyd rocking Michelle Obama. You can't do it any better than that. So tonight we are going to have an open mic. We're just going to have fun and celebrate. Get your words ready. Get your words ready. People are still coming in, and we just want to have a good time. That's it. Spit it and quit it. That's it. That's all we're doing. We're having a really good time. So I don't have an order here tonight. I'm your host, Helena Lachelle Queen. You already knew that because you're here. So put your name and the people on. Just give me an indication about whether or not you're ready right now or no. And that way we can choose who is going to be first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I am the president of WordSeed Inc. And WordSeed Inc. has partnered with Patterson Public Libraries to produce this for you today. And Rescue Poetics is the vice president of WordSeed Inc. And she is going to be the first person up tonight. But before we go, I want to record this for our later use. So family, if you are thinking you didn't want to be recorded, take your shy feeling and put it in your pocket until later. We are not shy today. We are going to have a very, 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 very good time. So first up on the open mic, Rescue Poetics.
Thank you, Queen. Happy National Poetry Month, everyone. I'm looking forward to hearing everyone's piece. As Queen says, I'm going to hit it and quit it. So here we go. This is a brand new piece. Growing up in a large Puerto Rican family meant parties for every occasion, big gatherings of generations that reach back and back to the motherland. Standard foods for every day, aguacate, tostones, arroz, carne. During celebrations visiting family, you could count on special things when abuelita brought out the huge caldero to make a massive pot of yellow rice. Easter meant ensalada de bacalao, spring goodness of root vegetables, onions, eggs, and salted codfish, hot or cold, worth every comfort food spoonful. Other occasions, baptisms, Noche Buena, New Year's Eve, brought the truly great things. Arroz con dulce, pernil, arroz con gandules, flan, and my favorite, pasteles. Making pasteles was a family affair. Don't get it twisted. It was long into the night a production line of aromas and textures, a marathon of papel and twine. Stacked stations of unrelated things became steps to a family experience. Hours and hours after the slow roasted pork fell apart. Boiled, seasoned mashed vegetables to make the masa, anato seeds, turned into achotina for its rich telling color, olives, green, Fingertips blackened and orange by the labor of love that became my favorite thing in all the world, pasteles. Those once unique bits turned into structured stacks of dozens and dozens of freezer-ready goodness, because you couldn't just make one or two. No, no way. This effort meant commitment, dedication, drive, until at least one of the big, passed down, dented, well-worn pots is scraped to the very bottom. Pasteles, signaling the chance to sample the family food effort and how close La Familia truly is when cutting the twine, no matter how hot, stinging fingertips, no pause until flipped out onto the plate, dig into it with laughter and the appetite for connection, whether you use hot sauce or ketchup. Family is food, and food, especially pasteles, is family. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Rescue Poetics. Snap it up. You can't get any better than that, but we're gonna check just to see, right? Listen, first of all, it's not a competition. I shouldn't have said that. We are all in the family. We are all loving it. I feel like I need like something with spice on it now after that. Lakeland says, ready. So go ahead and turn your camera and your mic on, Lakeland, so we can have you up on the mic.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
It's
you know
me.
what you're doing. You are ready already.
I don't, Queen, it's me. I hit the wrong button. The Lakeland is for my mama's nursing home. I don't even know how that even got plugged in right there. But yeah.
All right, you have another one that's Jason Moody. You're on twice.
I see that one.
Okay, so why don't we give you a few minutes?
Oh, start video? Is that what it is? Start video?
Yes, yeah. Aha!
Oh, hey.
Family, look, listen, I said the other t-shirt was the best t-shirt. Correction.
No,
this brother right here has on the best t-shirt. We love Michelle, but this is Patterson Poetry Festival, which is October 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year. Snap it up for that. Let's go.
Indeed. First of all, hey everybody. Like Rescue said, I'm going to hit it and quit it. Well, let's let's start with, I recognize the power of this poem because when I first wrote it, nursed it, rehearsed it, chapter and versed it, when I was almost finished, the enemy thought he cursed it and it was gone. But all I had to remember was she takes me back to my youth, like gazelle frames, fat laces, and shell toes. My favorite White Castle, when our hangout had to close. But she's that bag in the corner for emergency evacuation with the cure to heal the self-imposed emotional contamination. She makes me feel like I can dodge water in the rain. She helps me understand that I window even through my pain. Her very presence reminds me of how I laid in bed with tears in my eyes because I couldn't, or I just wouldn't stop getting high. So she fed the truth to my soul and told the creator to his face, I refuse to let him die. Damn, I'm glad it's you. I'm glad it's me. Experiencing this oxymoronic spiritual chemistry. She makes me want to stand in the shower just to steam with her. She makes me want to go out and buy her some hot gear just to be seen with her. She makes me want to talk on the phone for hours at a time, saying absolutely nothing, just so I could feel like a team with her. What you doing? Nothing. What you doing? Nothing. And I would work my fingers to the bone so she could be comfortable in her own home and I can enjoy the American dream with her. She's a flawless diamond. And every time she puts the whip appeal on me, she makes me feel like I broke the hymen. And I ain't lying. She's so dope. She's soap on the rope to a fiend. That first shot of really good coke. You know, that missing $20 bill when my truck needs gas and the brother's really broke. And when life gets me choked, she helps me clear my throat. Now, I've talked to a few of my mans and them that tell me when it comes to love, been dealt some pretty bad hands. And I try to explain to them brothers the best I can that she ain't just with me. We procreate in the heavenlies. We create clans. But she should receive a finder's fee for finding me, because she helped me see that I could shine with the use of my grind and remove all the dirt that covered me. B said, if you like it, put a ring on it. I'm gonna say that again. B said, if you like it, put a ring on it. So she entered my world and changed it forever like a queen. So not only did I put bling, I gave her what she really needed and put a king on it. So you know what it is, y'all, all over this vanilla. She makes that chocolate cream on it. Now, men, hold on. I'm not tripping. But before you get caught slipping, you know how some of them do come at mine sideways, thinking you tipping, thinking it's the milk of my kitten you gonna be licking. This is a clarion call to you all. I got no problem with leaving your ass in the back of the building, dripping, but I digress. But ladies, the lie that's been perpetrated that all of the good ones are dead, gay, or incarcerated has been grossly exaggerated. Our love for you and having your best interest at heart, we have not abdicated. So I stand before you a thoroughbred of a black man that is simply a sample of a dude determined to trample the inconsistent and fallible example that black love neither exists nor is it ample. But I'm here to tell you we out here and we swear with our blood, sweat, and our tears. We will protect your fronts, your sides, and your rear. So please be clear, because we will never ascend to our true kingship if the queen ain't right here. So to the end of her, to the end of me, to the end of time, or to the end of eternity, I'm gonna ride and or die as long as she is with me.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. We got some more people coming into the room.
I'm looking forward.
Welcome,
I'm looking
welcome.
forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Listen, I had a moment. I was like, I don't really want to be here without my head wrap, so I had to go and change.
I was getting ready to say, sis. I was like, did you do it? Was it wardrobe malfunction, or because I swore I saw you without your head wrapped?
You did, and I don't really love that, so I had to change that.
Okay.
Amira Shabazz Bilal is in the house. Listen, if you have not heard this, sister, prepare yourselves, prepare yourself, prepare yourself. Sister, you ready to go?
Oh, I can go. Before I go, how much time or how many poems?
Just go.
I'll just go then.
Just
how
go.
about I just go then?
Yeah. No, listen, of course, we don't want people on here for a half hour. What we want to do is really enjoy ourselves. We're at a party. I don't have any beverages or snacks for you all, but I want you to have a really good time and just go. One or two.
Okay.
Have some fun. You know what? Your camera has a little cloudy on the side. Is that on purpose?
Wait, let me see what you're talking about. It's probably like the glare from my window. There you go.
Oh, there it is,
That's
right
better?
there. Yes,
Okay.
it is. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm turn my camera off and my mic and let you have fun.
All right. Hey, everybody. Let me tell some stories here. Let me tell some stories. We just left Women's History Month. So I'm going to talk about some lives of women. Maybe not yours, but somebody's out there. Daddyless girls. Daddyless girls. Daddyless girls growing up to be not free. Dandelions blowing and drifting seeds. Growing up through the breeze. Castaway seeds. Drifting through time and space and floating germinations, Pieces of self float on and on and on, and flowers bloom when petals drop. Some are plucked, some are all right, maybe. Afraid of breezes, watering cans are scary, breaking through surfaces tough as rocks, mudslides when water too much, nothing seems stable, destiny to be loved securely, only in fables, it never ends. He gets washed away into blends of never-ending hymns in search of, in search of, because of, because of him, worshiping, needing the caress, fortitudes of just being daddyless. But you know, she was beautiful. She was beautiful and the universe knew, but her, she didn't know. Her smiles were kissed and refreshed by the dawn, and the mere evanescence of her smile created for others their crowns. As if a royal grin knighted them, and her voice was whispered melodies, and her eyes charming ovals of pure onyx, pure precious jewels. She didn't know she was beautiful. Although her actions from the heart were always kind and generous and gentle, unleashing desire, some shared her wisdom and some admired. The droplets of faith released to us all. You know, beauty is not skin deep. No, not in this case, it's shared unselfishly whenever she enters a space, taking her throne, bowing her head, straightening her dreads, curls, fro, or whatever be on her head. She simply whispered, I am a melanated queen, no matter what my shade, what may be anything in the cocoa range, it permits me to shine. And I don't intend to leave any of you queens behind. So take your rightful places and shine. This is our royal right, no longer a mystery of the night. Beauty is invincible, unknowable, made to relish and share. They need to stare, 'cause damn, we are beautiful. And then she yelled out of windows just before twilight. And it was only the only way they could hear her. Ears were turned to mama's voice no matter where. She wanted that glare, so she yelled, watch the moon, children, no pressure. Watch the planet's rotation, learn to measure, be a part of your own elevation, learn who you be, as master planted his feet long ago to keep you so you'd never know. You have the power to replant yourself and grow as a flower. You are a metaphor to none. There are none like you. There are none as you be. You dream and spit up hyperboles of your own heartbeat for others to actually feel. Without touch, your world collapses daily. We need no pressure to know pain and poverty really, perpetually, systematically. So his legacy was to teach and preach and carry others through his speech, pure poetry. Let the solace of the dream light your path and offer you more than gunfire noises, more than useful commodities, useless commodities, and worn out toys. The laws in motion, they judged us long before we crossed oceans. They gave us famine. We spit up the will to learn and earn and offer this universe back nothing but peace. So rely on that release. She screamed out of windows, knowing that they would hear. And in between, catch a girl, kiss a girl, kick the can, hide and seek. He'd know they get it in. This life just ain't for the meek. She wanted them to know. Let your words be swords upon their souls. Gift them with your knowledge, your poems be college, your poems be equality, your poems are from above, your poems are truly love. Be a poet in spirit, blow breaths of awkwardness into hearts, transform if you must. Spirits are formless, gases seep into nostrils, feed hearts and brains. Let the words be sentences, revelations drop from your pen's tongue, puncture, yell from windows at dusk too. They will hear you. Do like mamas do, scream from windows at dusk, call them back. But she didn't. She gave. She said, I gave my kids to my sister for a year, but I never came back. And a year turned into life, a life sentence. Looking down at the faded picture, that woman holding the gems, one in each hand. Beautiful little jelly beans, colorful cheeks, searching my brain for a memory, a reckoning. I didn't recognize the face staring back, the eyes through which were very familiar, but instinctively I wanted to rip the smile from her face. The smile was a smirk. The twinkle in her eye was a clue. She knew me. I tried flipping it over, the picture I mean, the frightened, the two precious gems with arms securely wrapped around might somehow tumble and fall to the ground. Fate maybe, but the eyes had already burned through the back of the paper. The eyes glared, but there was beauty behind that flare. Who was looking back at me, eye to eye? I cringed, I whimpered and crawled into a corner. When I was ever able to see, I wondered, when was I ever that beautiful? That person staring back at me, who was she? And so the girl said to me, Mama, they be clapping. They be clapping and saying and celebrating your years clean. Yay, you did it. But I sit in silence through the applause, and the applause is inside my eyes, and clap, clap, clap. Each clap like thunder rippling with my heartbeat. But here's to you. You with your underlying abused freedom. Here's to me, cause I'm still walking around with this monkey on my back. You be free. I'm still caught in chains of burnt out pain. Mom, I haven't been freed. I'm still tied to leaning poles, holding the geometry of life by the angle side, 90 degrees of childhood loss, non-tilted straight up rays of madness. I hold on to the angles of spent reality, to keep them from returning, to keep them from falling, to keep them from catching my tears as they slide down poles dripping, but not ever hitting earth. I'm strong. I have the strength of a child's essence, of burnt in fortitude, of being silenced, of tears that run inside, of fear, of no way of showing love without showing hate, of self, of fear, of you returning to her, the monster of my youth. She still hides under beds and closets and in the threads of my worn out knees. And I suck in snot wells through holes, through black holes that should be eyes, with souls dripping and leaving paths uncovering cold shavings which cover my heart. And when I'm allowed to breathe, I choke up you. I fear seeing leaning poles because they remind me, each and every one of them, of you. Endless corners of EBT cards, of cans of cards, of newspapers, of kids' clothes, mine. You selling them for crack and not food. Mom, I'm 0 minutes, 0 days, 0 months, 0 years free. No one freed me. So I sit in silence while you are praised, some weak-ass excuses from my hell. I stood in silence through it all. Where's my applause? My award of a super effed up life that taught me 2 things, how not to die and how to fight for life. And when the hands lift and before they meet again, vibrating sounds which creep into my cold mind of a heart, you glance at my silence. It holds secrets. Its claps is like thunder with the strength to crack and break through silence. So I see how you might be scared for me to speak. But you know, we are grateful we made it past late nights and evenings of street walks and 2 a.m. missed calls from my class, the meetings you missed, those gold stockings with holes you wore to pick me up from school. Well, at least you came. And that Afro-ratted wig you wore to my graduation, smelling like a spilled drink, drinks of salvation. The fights I get into after kid snickers about you, the hunger for food and a life, the pain of being a child from the temporary motherless clan, your skeleton frame, your toothless grin, my never new clothes, my unkept 6-year-old self, your screens through playground fences at my lunchtime recesses, me pretending not to know you. Mom, my screams the day they took me from school in that black car from you. Black clouds of thunders, and I was scared. And I was left lonely one night after the other, And then I had 8 years of foster care, 12 years of blank black stares, 20 years clean, 20 nights of tears and screams, made 20 years of me living me without you. So when I hear the claps and the congrats, I smother the rage within, warming the cold deep within and begging for my diamond. It's like saying happy birthday to the child when the mother bore all the pain, except mine is in reverse. So mom, yeah, they be clapping and I sit silent, waiting for the encore.
And that, family, is how you write. Listen, poets are accustomed to rules. Am I wrong? Poets are accustomed to rules. We have these questions: how much time? How much space? How many poems? But when you get to know me, you'll learn. I just want to be free, right? I feel like when we create space, then the people feel it the way they're supposed to. And that, my friend, I got to tell you, every time I hear you, I'm a bigger fan of yours.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Your words are just stunning. And this chat is full of breathtaking fire. Some of these icons I've never seen before. I'm like, how they do that? I don't even know how to do that. So check out how your words, how your story, how your life and your expression of it just moves people, and accept that applause. You are appreciated, my sister.
I appreciate you all. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And stay if you can, and we'd love to hear you some more. Brother Raymond, are you ready?
I am ready.
This is Raymond Tyler. And Raymond Tyler, first of all, let me go back. Everybody here has their own platforms. And so I'm really honored that you are here. I'm still crying from that beautiful Shabazz. So let me pull myself together here. Raymond Tyler, I'm a fan of his too, and you're gonna find out why. I'm gonna stop talking so you can figure it out. And then tell us just a tiny little bit. We'll go back on the second round. People can tell us what they do, because that's kind of important. All right, Raymond Tyler, I'm being quiet.
Okay. I am going to start off talking about the culture. Like to hear it go. This is called the Jackson 6, and it goes like this. Like every other kid born back at the end of the 20th century, I loved the Jackson 5. Michael, Marlon, Jermaine, Tito, and Big Jackie. From brothers to the top of the charts, their dancing, singing, and style became the postcard moments of the 1970s. And I wanted to play ball like Dr. J. I wanted to draw for Marvel Comics, and I wanted to be the Jackson 6. I would take less money, never argue about not singing lead. I'd carry the bags on road trips, but not on the East Coast because I got a floss. And I would promise not to keep messing with my hair like Jermaine. But they would have to put me on the Saturday morning cartoon, and in reality, I learned to play my own game of basketball. In reality, I started creating my own books and comics and magazines. And really, aren't Ralph Tresvant and Bobby Brown really the Jackson 6th and 7th? Still, when I hear that piano entrance for I Want You Back, I see myself on stage spinning and bopping in pants tighter than corduroy was ever meant to be. So that was that one. And this is called Not My Culture. It's, here you go. You think every black man is either Clarence Thomas, O.J. Simpson, Ben Carson, or Mad Dog, Stringer Bell, Franklin St. Patrick, but that is not my culture. My culture is sacrifice and black men jumping in front of bullets since Medgar Evers and Malcolm and Martin. And ever since their graves, they are still preaching, still saving lives. That's my culture. Somebody told you our culture is dressing up grown women and selling WAP to sell CDs and download. Somebody said our culture was dressing up grown men like circus clowns and circus clown jewelry. But somebody said, get you a Jesus piece with pieces of platinum and diamonds on it, and you be fly. But Jesus is my culture. Jesus was dark-skinned, hair like wool, and learned to build thrones with his bare hands before he was 12. That's my culture. So that's that one.
You said that's that one. You have more?
Could I read one more?
Yeah, do it.
Let's see. I am going to read. Let's do. Okay. Let's do this one then. Let's do the alternative lives of George Floyd. No, let's not do that one.
That one's pretty dope. I heard it recently. It's kind of dope.
Well, I'll read that one later, but right now
Okay.
I'll read.
All right, you good? Go ahead.
Letters from a protester in jail. And that's it. They knew I wrote them the same day. Dear Mama, I knew I was going to jail tonight. At least I hope it would be jail and not the hospital, not the morgue. I know I said I'm not a soldier. I know I've said I won't fly halfway across the world to fight for Iraq or Iran or Korea or Vietnam. But I didn't know that I was a soldier until Mike Brown, Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, and the unarmed black man the police killed last week on my block. I was not a soldier till the police set up a war camp on my block down the street from where I went to high school. See, I would rather be eating ice cream and wondering if I will be at a white party this summer. But the police and the politicians have gerrymandered and redlined my block as the war zone. So running too fast draws enemy fire. Yelling, hands up, don't shoot, is a declaration of war that can get you shot on sight. And when you carry a sign and protest that reads, I am a man, that is considered a lethal weapon that can make a man in blue, who's just as black as you are, knock you to the ground and cuff you, take you on a rough ride downtown. Mama, I knew I was going to jail tonight. I was hoping it wouldn't be the morgue. I was hoping it wouldn't be the hospital, but I knew I couldn't stay out here on these streets. And so, Mama, I'll be bailed out. Just thank God that I will be bailed out with only bumps and bruises and my favorite Run DMC shirt torn in 2 places. Just thank God that they showed the police attacking me for my sign on 4 different stations last night before the 11 o'clock news. Just be glad I wasn't the young gay boy who was standing just 3 people over. He's writing his mother from the hospital tonight. I saw his blood rain in the streets. I saw the police dog run past me and dance in his chest, teeth first. So that's that one. And as Talina likes to hear me say, God willing, that sounded like a poem.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. I'm going to read this for you. Rashad, how are you doing? Do you have something you need to get to?
How's it going, everybody? Really dark. I'll fix that.
I'm glad you're here. Do you wanna go now because you have stuff, or you want?
Give me like
You got
a
it.
minute and I'll hop up.
You got it. All right, I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
read this poem for you called 1A. Let me see. I'm gonna read this poem for you called 1A. Here it goes. There is, hold on, I need to make sure that you can see. There we go. There is no comfort at 30,000 feet on a teacher's salary. The rows are segregated like the country according to race, which is also socioeconomic status. I look like seat 1A wearing my $10 jeans and had to have this sweater. All of the rich people in my front row seat smile at me as I stroll past. The middle class people in the middle add a wave to their smile like we're family. Even though my people, my real people, are shot in the back. Like the guy in the news today, whose name we will certainly forget, even though he was shot at work, a security guard, by the police after he had done the tremendous job of stopping the gun-wielding bad guy in the club. He wanted to be a cop, the news article said. He is dead because he's Black, I read. I'm sitting in his seat in the back, 36A. When the white people, who could be less wealthy than me, walk from the middle or the front to use the bathroom or exercise or see the flight attendant or whatever, they say to me, I love how you wrap your hair. I say thank you. Because it doesn't matter that my eyes were closed when they happened by. It doesn't matter that I was dreaming because I am Black in the back of the racially and socioeconomically segregated plane, pretending to be my ancestors, even though my seat, my real seat, is 1A. The people in my seat all over this country are holding onto my seat with desperate claws. They are smiling and waving and shooting us to death. Nobody says, sorry for your loss. Nobody on the racially and socially economically divided plane is discussing bullet lynchings. Today, the plain talk is all about wedding dresses, grandbabies, and business meetings. One lady who has the same ancestry as me sits between two friendly white men. She is smiling at them with plastic cheekbones, but her plastic melts when she sees me. She cuts my lips and I don't say anything to her at all. Anyway, who can say gentle nothings about braids and hair wraps when our men are lying on the asphalt with our ancestry spilling out? Okay, not today. Today I'll grade papers and mourn in silence en route to my Seattle suburb second home. I will admire the art collection on the walls, peek out at the garden, and maybe plant a bulb for what's his name, who was bullet lynched today. That is 1A. Thank you very much. I want to hear from, I like that. Thank you. That's my Uncle Ricky over there. Thank you very much for that. Jewel Lloyd, I met last night. She got the fabulous, fantabulous Michelle Obama shirt on today, First Lady. Are you ready, lady?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to shut my mic and let you do it.
Hello, everybody. It's great to be here. Great poets. I'm in good company. The first poem I want to do is inspired by something I heard my poet brother Raymond Tyler say. He said once during a conversation, there's no crying in poetry. So that inspired this poem. There's no crying in poetry. Catch those tears as they fall from your eyes. Before they drip off your chin, use them to fill your pen and write. There's no crying in poetry. Utilize that emotion with all its raw power. Fill the listener's ear with the passion you hear as you write. There's no crying in poetry. Take all that anger and pain that fills up your heart, free it from within. Let it guide your pen and write. There is no crying in poetry. Poets are word warriors. The pen is our sword, slashing through drama and pain, taking the blood that remains to write.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Listen, everybody's gonna be going around. I think we can get somebody to make us some T-shirts that say "There's no crying in poetry." Huh? Can we get T-shirts? I think you. I don't want to steal your money, but if you don't get it done, I'm
Oh,
doing.
Ray said that. I borrowed that quote from him.
We can share it. We can share the proceeds. Family, we have my brother from another mother, Rashad Wright, in the house. We have a lot of poet laureates here, actually. And he is one of them. Rashad Wright, slam master. You ready? Here we go.
Yep.
All right.
Already. What's up, Queen? What's up, everybody? Day by day. I guess I'll do one poem for you right now. We'll see if I want to hear it any more later on in the night. But I'll probably be here. You probably got for the next hour. And I guess I'll start with something brand new. This poem is called Lemonade. I wrote it 2 days ago. Yeah, hope you enjoy it. It's new. I'm working on it for a show, so give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Thanks for listening. The first thing I want when I die is a meal with lemonade. And I don't usually go lemonade since I rarely get my cake and eat it too. I usually say slice for them, slice for you, slice for the guy with a bad day on his breath, so there's hardly ever a slice for me. So when I'm dead, I want lemonade instead of water because, at least it looks like gold. And where I come from, water looks like fog. So every cup looked like a cloud lost its way, tastes like a bike ride in a rainstorm, looks like a kid at a bus stop in a poncho, thinner than the strength of a second grade English teacher who doesn't know if she's allowed to apologize to her student because there's a lawsuit between mom and dad. I want my lemonade first. So we can skip the wings and celebration. And it's not because I feel like I deserve it or I earned my drink. I just need something before I try on my halo to compliment a roll, a few eggs, and a slice of cheese. It's fake as a smile on the line of a soup kitchen on the other side of town. Just an egg sandwich, greasy and honest as kids playing cops and robbers under streetlights with lollipop paper in their pockets and homework they have no intention of doing. When I die, I don't want my first meal to taste like something I had to fight for. Keep the steak and potatoes, the lobster, the crab legs, the indulgence. Just scramble some eggs, throw in some ketchup, squeeze up some lemons, and tell me it was worth it. Tell me whether or not I did it the right way, because I held back cataclysms of rage. Each and every day, I saw people spoon-fed entire diplomas and retirement plans. So tell me I get to sit at the same table as the guy whose contribution to humanity is that his car runs on electricity instead of gas. I ran without heat, power, or enough bite in my teeth to swallow my own pride, since that's the only thing I had this whole time. So all I want is a sandwich as common as a corner store in a city with like no kid gets left behind policy. I'm going to sit there, lemonade in hand, look Peter Popoff in his eyes and say, if you made it, I guess I deserve to be here too. I guess if heaven got enough room for all us soldiers that were ready to fight wars in exchange for tuition waivers and loan deferment, I guess God got enough room for anyone with a talented apology and a few donations to a bunch of kids without names. So just give me a meal to wash this taste out of my mouth, as long as the sandwich is hot and it comes with a glass of lemonade. That was lemonade. Thank you.
Listen, I think I will be drinking lemonade differently henceforth. Henceforth, fire-tastic. Listen, that's only 2 days old. You gave that like you've been practicing it for 3 years. That was pretty fire-tasticness right there.
Thanks,
I
Queen.
just made that word up today. Fire-tasticness. All right, listen, I believe that Noel is in the house. Noel, you want to hang out with us a little bit? You want to give us some of your words?
Yes, absolutely. Thanks, Queen. Thanks for having me. Good evening, everybody. Glad to connect with you all this evening. I'm going to share 2 poems. This first piece is from my book, One Man's Journey, and it's called A Dream Deferred, and it's my tribute to Langston Hughes, one of my inspirations. Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? A grinding screech, a blaring explosion, an electrical shock to the system that is my soul, embodied in a deep, quivering, intense inferno of unjust circumstances that are beyond my control. Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Unlimited sparks from an electrical storm that wages on in my conscience, pounding on my point of view as if to say, you're not worthy of having visions or dreams or even the slightest thought of victory. Oh, silly me for actually thinking I can have better things to look forward to. I don't regret doing so. So do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Do you know the sound of a dream deferred? Or is it really the sound? 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 Or is it really the sound of one that's determined? So that's my first piece, A Dream Deferred. And the second poem I'd like to share with you all is called Purpose with Passion. Are you moving in purpose with passion, or are you just moving? Are you on fire for your purpose, or has your flame been dulled or put out altogether? Has your light faded out? Are you serving others through your purpose with joy, or are you just going through the motions out of obligation? Is your purpose bringing joy to yourself and others, or is it absent? Do you have a heart to serve? Jesus was the greatest example of a servant because everything he did for others was done out of love. The only way to know how to love and serve others is to love and serve God first. Is God your first love? Has his love touched your heart and your life? Has his presence impacted your life so that you can impact the lives of others? God has given each of us a purpose in this world, and it's up to us to seek him to find out what that purpose is and to ask him to fill our hearts with love and passion to walk out in that purpose through our daily lives. Is your purpose filled with passion? Do you do all that you do out of love? Is it done with joy and gladness? Do you find joy in serving others? Is your purpose filled with passion? Can the love and light of God be seen in you and through you? Is your service to God and people founded on love? Without love, without joy, serving is just empty actions. Is your purpose filled with passion? Is your purpose filled with passion? Do you serve because you want to, not because you have to? Do you have a heart to serve? Do you love to serve? Because without love, nothing we do matters. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to come back with our brother Jason Moody, who's ready right now. And I want to talk to Lena Velez, who's here, and there's another person who hasn't spoken yet. So if you can talk to me in the chat and let me know what you want to do, that would be great. Next up is our brother Jason Moody. Jason, you ready? Or maybe not. And
I am. Am I?
yes,
I am. This is, first of all, this is my first Zoom anything. Okay, but let's move on. All right. Oh my God. It's just so much information that I've been getting tonight, and I'm overwhelmed right now. And I'm trying to just come up with the first few words of this poem. Okay. I would really, really love to blame my former use of alcohol and crack cocaine that seems to cause the wreck of a train in the deep recesses of my brain. But the fact of the matter is, I'm unstable. I don't know how it factors in, but I did lose 2 sisters and 1 brother, and only me and God know how many others that got caught in the crossfire of life that never had a chance to run for cover. Now, see, I want to say I'm over it and I'm doing fine. This type of shit happens in the hood all the time, but why did you have to take mine? See, that kind of heartbreak is on some next level. Why them? So I detach myself emotionally to keep people from getting close to me, because if I do, I will be exposed for not being level-headed as they suppose me to be. Now, back in 2020, I know it was trendy to recite about the pale face that is worn by the enemy, but my energy must be redirected to make sure the Incredible Hulk remains Bill Bixby. I'm unstable and truly believe it started shortly after the cradle, when my mother said that I would never be able to be good enough for anybody, no matter what I bring to the table. See, my mind sometimes be playing tricks on me. So against my will, on many days, I'm forced to take these fucking pills called bupropion that's supposed to make me chill, but all they do is suppress the pain, disappointment, and sense of loss I feel, and don't do shit. So my hunger for instant gratification says, yo, man, take your stick and put it in any treat that wants to trick, long as the costume she wears has no strings attached. But I love my marriage, so I give that part of my heart to God, and he cuddles every ventricle like a newborn in a baby carriage. But still, I'm unstable. Twisted is the best word I can use to describe my delivery. Smoking crack, drinking Old English, sleeping on the trains is what the 1980s did to me. I have so much undiagnosed and therapeutic evidence that is a constant consequence of a mentality that is viewed as too comprehensive. Did you hear what I said? I'm unstable. So I intentionally walk around with an earbud in my ear so people won't be clear whether I'm talking to myself or is there someone on the other end of here. I'm unstable because my people are dying, and the institutions that are buying body bags wholesale continually are hiring. And all we're asking you to do is please consider that we have a family to look after and just stop firing. I'm unstable because God is not acting quick enough to wipe away the shame, and I've become comfortable with cocking the finger of blame and telling God to his face, yo, man, all this shit right here is your fault. But if you will excuse me, I'm going to end this poem right now. This type of poem always causes me to break down, and I do enough of that in my own home, and I don't need for y'all to be around. But before I go, I will say this, that when we grace the stage and some people are sitting in the audience with their nose tooted up because we ain't your fucking fave, please be kind. This may be the only form of healing some of us will ever find. And although it may seem that our talent is a part of some creative and poetic scheme, what you will never see is our eyes pinned to the skies, asking the divine to deliver us from this diabolical dream and help us to realign. Because it truly is a gift and a curse when we share with you our poetic mind. Thank you.
Thank you. I got a feeling that somebody right now was triggered to say something that they wrote already that they have that just fits into that energy. Who are you? Who are you? Who is that person right now? I know you in here. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Open your mic right now and tell us, just do it. Huh? First of all, unstable is the name of it unstable?
It is.
It's
It is.
tighter than tight. How long you been working on that?
Wow. Well, I've been stable since I was smoking crack back in the 80s. But I guess I wrote that.
I'm talking about the poem, my brother.
I
Come on.
got about 6. I guess I wrote it about 6 months ago, and I've only read it 3 times.
Wow. Yeah, tonight's 3. It's tight. It's very, very tight. I
appreciate
appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much.
I was talking about the poem. Okay, so yeah, that was just some more for you. I have something for you, but I want to know who wants to read right now. We got a lot of people in here. Oh, Jewel, here she goes. Jewel, come on, open the mic. Let's go.
This poem was inspired by an interview I saw where a news reporter asked Trump what was his feelings about all the people who died from the coronavirus. And he said, "It is what it is." So I wrote this. It is what it is. Coronavirus roars through our country. Millions sick, thousands dead. More unemployed in less than 7 months than the Great Depression. Trump makes no plan to heal our land, just profits off it all he can. It is what it is. Racism loud and strong, Trump troopers storm those who march for peace, shoot and gas those who stand for justice, but support those who would tear our country apart. Brown and black, justice we lack. Cell phones record police attacks. It is what it is. Trump loves our enemies, scorns our friends, betrays our country. The world watches in amused horror as greed and chaos controls our government. To change our fate, correct the mistake, we need good trouble to make America great. It is what it is till we say it ain't. Thanks.
Thank you for using Ebonics. That makes me feel really good. We got some Rashad Wright up here for some more good trouble. Rashad Wright in his house. Thank you so much, Jewel. I appreciate you. Let's go. Or not. Turn your mic on, Rashad.
Boom, and I'm back. What's up, everybody? I just realized that one of the people that I'm doing this with is like the person that got me into the open mic scene and hosted the first open mic I ever been to. So I realized I can't just mosey on through this Zoom call and actually have to put it all in. Thank you, Lana, for everything you've done for me. I wouldn't be where I am now if you didn't have your show and your venue. Thank you. And this poem is in honor of my journey. It's called How I Would Like to Introduce Myself. And it goes like this. My name is Rashad, and that means someone who is always on the right path. And yet I've taken more wrong turns than white newlyweds at horror movies. I'm the oldest of 3, so at one point there were 2 little girls that looked just like me, so they had to sit through all my TV shows. So they knew all 152 Pokemon before they knew the alphabet had the final letter. I can run 2 miles in about 12 minutes, can swim a whole lap on a single chewed up breath. And if you give me a bicycle, I'll make a car. I think it was a skateboard. I don't believe in capital letters, but I believe in equal opportunity. I'm pretty sure Tupac lives in Jersey City, and I'll never shower before getting into a pool. Pretty sure it defeats the purpose. I'm my mother's son, so whenever I rise, it's always her shine in my eyes, and she raised my voice Christian. So all these poems have at least one amen in it. Can I get an amen? Because back in the days, I used to believe in God, and then I started believing in myself. Nowadays, I dream big enough to try believing in both at the same time. I'm kind of allergic to nuts. I wear dog tags. I act like it's a rosary. I know my right side. I don't know my left. I've done more sports than states I've been to. I fight hard and love hard enough to break my own heart in half. I'm ex-National Guard, so I was part-time soldier, full-time pissed off. I fired more bullets in the hands I've shook and had so many guns in my mouth I could spit out a full clip. So when I love someone, trust, I hold them with a full grip. I'm bad at lying. And on most days, I'm even worse at dealing with the truth. And the truth is, I feel like a car accident. It keeps waking up in the morning, and the morning is never done. No matter how many yesterdays I've had, I'm good. There's so many things you can do them all with a whole family tree tied behind my back and still feel like a really small fish on a really big table. I could have skin made out of rust and still have the power to call it gold. I'm a dragon that denies his own flame. My voice is a fairy tale I still can't believe in. I hate talking about myself, but I'm really good at all the things I hate, and most times I hate myself so much that tomorrow always feels like a miracle sent to the wrong address. I mean, we all heard the saying that practice makes perfect, and I've practiced being broken for so long that you could have fixed me if you tried, and I try, and I try, and I try, and I try, and I try. So all of that aside, my name is Rashad, and you have no idea how nice it is to meet you.
It is so nice to meet you too. Ooh, baby, you make me feel like poetry. You got me wanting to do things with my lips and my tongue. You got me alliterating and stuttering S sounds just for fun. You got me wanting to keep more than my mind open. You make me the moon with a touch of sun. Oh, baby, you make me feel like poetry. Tonight, let's pretend that I'm the crescent and you the creator, giving me 120 lessons, nothing less, nothing greater. Let's make stars with stars upon thars. Let's write the lines between the lines. I'll find your lines and let you show me where to find. Let me show you where to find mine. Baby, you make me feel like poetry. I don't want to be next to you. I want to connect with you. I want to wiggle, rhyme, and wrestle with you. I want to be as essential as water to you. I want to make vowel sounds confused with music with you. Ah, oh, oh, baby. You make me feel like poetry. Your poem is my heartbeat. Your voice is the rhythm of my feet. When you speak, I breathe deeper. In each exhale is an accelerant for the way my hips sway. Each exhale is well. Each exhale is well. Should I tell? Each exhale is a capital letter pronoun, proper noun, exclamation mark, your name sound. I don't even remember who I was before I found your name on my tongue, slipping out between my teeth and tingling on my lips, baby. You make me feel like Poetry, you got me comparing all the stars to all the grains of sand and feeling like I matter more than that smiling girl in the portrait. Like I am worth more than Pharaoh's fortune. Like my smile has more might than Alexander's army. Like my body was formed from clay and your breath brought me to life. Like I am the reason that Shaka Zulu shortened the spear on his rod. Like I am the pattern of the cheetah's print, black and brown and beautiful. Like I am supposed to be here, but I would die for a chance to live with you. Oh, baby. You make me feel like poetry. Who's up next?
Yes! That was amazing. I'm sorry. I can't keep crying any longer. Y'all got me going. That was beautiful. Woo!
Lena is in the house. Lena, who I just heard has her own open mic series. You know what? There's a lot of people like that. Lena, are you reading tonight, or you just wanted to say, woo?
I wasn't gonna, but man, y'all got me going. Now I'm looking through stuff. I was just here to just enjoy.
That's how it works. That's how it goes. Let me tell you something else. Tamika Porter is in the house, and Tamika Porter likes us to read her work. She's like, don't say my name. Don't say my name. Don't worry, Tamika. You don't have to read. But Tamika is here on the edge of the pool, sticking her feet in the water, which is what Lena thought she was going to do. Go ahead, Lena. You got all the space. The mic is yours.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. Let me get these little people out of here real quick.
No worries. Whenever you're ready, sister. Whenever you're ready. So, peace and blessings, family. It is open mic night. I want to bring back my sister, Rescue Poetics. Rescue, you have something for us? She was first. I don't want her to not. Is she here?
She said she had another engagement.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, well, who wants to be up? Everybody's done?
I'll go.
All right, Mr. Tyler. Mr. Tyler, before you go, tell us some of the things you have going on, because that's what I want to hear right now. But tell me about your platform. What are you doing?
Okay, well, I actually missed the last hour of my Friday night radio show to be here, but I was there when I recorded it, so it's all good. Every Friday, I'm on 106.5 WPPM in Philadelphia with the show called The Light. Then I come back Saturday night and do an old school DJ mix show, hip hop, R&B, house, reggae, pop, rock, and soul. And then Sunday morning, I do yet another radio show. So that's my broadcast stuff. I curate open mics and things like that on Zoom. I was minding my own business yesterday at about 5 o'clock, and somebody said, with all this George Floyd trauma, I'd like you to open your Zoom room so we can get together and have a platform to share poetry. And so I was obedient, and I did, and I think we had a great time. We stayed up to almost midnight carrying on, but some art was created there. So I'll put my contact information in the chat, and you can also follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and I'll keep you in the loop for stuff that we have going on. For those who want to come to a live poetry event with real people, not on Zoom, Sunday, April 25th, I am hosting a poetry event at the Arts Garage in Atlantic City. And so that's some of the stuff I got. This poem is not super deep. It was actually inspired by something somebody said last night. I don't remember who. And so of course it's National Poetry Month, and every year I say I'm going to write a poem a day. I usually last about 6 days before I just say the hell with it. But so far it's only day number 2, and this is my day number 2 poem, and it's called This Poem. Like to hear it, here go. This poem wanted to change the world, maybe one hug at a time. This poem wanted to make those whose mental health was hurting feel like they were not so alone, that they were not on an island or so much of a cage. This poem wanted to spread sunshine to all for the price of just one smile, and the goofier the better. Or just one kind word, the cornier the better. But this poem had no army behind it. This poem had nobody to lobby for it in Washington. This poem did not have a whole cable network repeating peace and love every day, 5 times a day. So this poem did not scare people into telling their neighbors to go back where they came from. So this poem is here if you like to eat less sugar, if you'd like to reduce eating meat. This poem is here if you like to try and walk a few days a week. This poem is here with happy stories about people you miss, like the time Sergeant Scope bought beef hot dogs for the Police Athletic League Christmas party because my brother and I don't eat pork. That story of kindness has lasted so much longer than any of all of my toys. This poem is for you to take all you need and to leave some for later and to leave some for the next person. So no matter how far from home you are when you're reading this poem, take some of this poem just for you. This poem simply says, we love you, we miss you, and whatever else you need to be happy, this poem is that.
Yes, sir. This poem is low fat, low sugar, gluten-free. I appreciate your poem. Thank you very much. And before he goes, Rashad Wright, one last time before he steps out of the space. I love that poem, by the way, Raymond. Thank you. Rashad Wright, what are you doing? What you got going on? And then your poem.
Oh, good question. Thank you. I'm actually I have my video guy, he's a director, he works with me. He's coming in here. We're going to shoot a podcast right after this. I have an episode just came out today. For more information, check out my Instagram. I have a book out working on my second one. And I have a pretty big show on the 9th of this month. So everything I've done so far was practice for that. And yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I guess I'll post my book up. Hold up. Boom. And it's one poem. This last poem, I think the first stage I ever hit with it might have been Wordsmith with Lana. So I'm going to do it in honor of that. And I've been doing this poem for like the last 4 or 5 years now, maybe longer. And it's called Black Runner Boy. Sing along if you know the words. And it goes like this. Black Runner Boy, he used to do the high jump, but they kept raising that boy's bar a little higher than everyone else. He did the pole vault, but got scared of the heights he could reach. Did the javelin throw, but had trouble seeing that far ahead. Did the long jump, but he couldn't stick the landing, couldn't find his foot, and had trouble standing tall. Black Runner Boy. He don't even run the relay. No one's going to pass him the baton. No one's going to start his race. He's not going to get no running start. Black Runner Boy, he ain't even got running spikes. He could barely afford his sneakers, and his sneakers look like they got barbed wire for shoelaces. Look like they got bullet holes for ventilation. Look like he tried to duct tape and hog spit the sole together. Look raggedy. Look worn out. Looks like Black Runner Boy's dreams. All his hopes and aspirations noose tied together into a miserable excuse for footwear. And I swear them shorts, they so damn high. Look like they're trying to run away from them charred, scarred, and feathered legs, them ashy, busted concrete cracked ankles and crusty, cut up looking calves. Boy, legs look like a cigarette butt still trying to hold on to a flame. Poor kid looked like he'd been through war. Out there, wobbling on that starting line like it's the last leg of his race. I tell you all what the problem is. The problem is he's scared. He thinks there's a lynch mob out in the crowd. He thinks he's Emmett Till. He thinks He got that Eric Gardner, Michael Brown asthma, but I'm going to tell you all what he knows. That boy knows his race. And I don't know about you, but I know that motherfucker looked like he ready to run, and you could tell too. He got that police siren sculpted muscle tone. And out of breath is starting to look natural on him. He's proud too, wearing that jersey like it's the only reason he ain't shot yet. Like it's the only reason he's alive. Like his blood could just run without him. Like a bullet can cover 200 meters in 23.8 seconds. You know what, Black Runner Boy? I'm not trying to gun you. I'm just trying to say I used to be just like you. My fingers sharp like knives cutting through the air, feet like wings flying down that track. When you pick that, you better pick that head up, because that's a privilege for us Black Runner Boys. You better go out there and breathe, Black Runner Boys, because see, Black Runner Boy, you better run into them footsteps, a bulletproof run into those footsteps. Don't run out. You better run, Black Runner Boy, and you better just get out there and run. Woo. Thanks, everybody.
I'm out of breath with you. I love that poem. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your creative night. Don't stop working every day. Every day is getting better and better. That's Rashad, right? Who is also a member of the Word Seed team. Word Seed team, you have 3 of us tonight. We have Tlain Lachelle Queen, that's me, but you already knew that. Rashad Wright and Rescue Poetics, all on the Word Seed Inc. team. Thank you for being here. We're going to be out of here in a few minutes, and I have a request from Amira Shabazz Bilal. Amira Shabazz Bilal.
Yes, ma'am.
May I please hear your Melanin Blues, which is one of my favorite poems?
Sure. Let me find it for you.
And let me ask this question of Lena while you look for that. Lena, did you change your mind? You want to do something? Okay,
Yeah,
so we're gonna so she's gonna pull up Melanin Blues. We're gonna hear Lena, and then we're gonna close with Melanin Blues. All right.
I'm just gonna share a little something, and then I'll be quick. But this was so beautiful tonight. Thank you for having me. Inspirational and lovely. I just had a baby boy, my 6th child, about 6 weeks ago, and this is my first foray back since then.
Blessings,
and I
blessings.
could not imagine a more beautiful way to do it. So thank you. I'm going to share something that's not quite new, but that I've never shared before, but seems appropriate for the evening. I am going to love unconditionally, I said. And God said, oh yeah? Try this on for size. Take everything you ever thought you knew, thought you were, thought was certain, and toss it. Take everything that makes you weak, feeble, sick, and toss it. Take everything and leave it up to me. Can you take everything and leave it up to me? Like you say you will, like you always say you will, you silly, silly girl. Take your past and reflect it in the eyes of someone you love. See how ugly you really are when my love doesn't cover your flaws. Take your mistakes, your missteps, and live them out in someone else's life. And see how stupid you are when you don't let me guide your way. See everything you thought you could never stand, and trust me, and watch it fade away. Watch everything become possible. Watch love truly unfold, unconditional. The log in your eye is so big, yet you insist on using it to beat others down instead of just taking the damn thing out. Thank you.
Look, I'm trying to come back, and I'm all excited about what your words. I can't push the buttons. Sister, anytime you want some space with the Speak series and with Word Seed, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna close out here, and I know I said Amira Shabazz, and I still mean that, but I know Tamika is here with her feet on the edge of the pool, getting her toes wet. How are you feeling, Tamika? You don't. This is, I'm gonna count to 7.
I am okay.
And do you want to read something with your toes in the water here? You don't have to. I'll read it for you on the Speak series if you want to.
I would love to. However, I did just move and I haven't unpacked anything. So I don't have anything to read tonight.
Okay, no worries, no worries.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Tamika Porter. Tamika Porter has been a faithful contributor to the Speak series, which will be in its traditional way next Friday at 7. This is the time for you to submit your poems, and Rashad Wright will read them, or Talina Queen, Talina Lachelle Queen, you say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest, would read it, or any one of our other folks, Cat Sideman in the house, Peace Cat, any one of us would read your poems for you, and that's the way the Speak series is done. You submit your poems online at our website. It is wordseedinc.org, the Speak series. But you don't have to worry about that. Just go to wordseedinc.org, scroll down, you'll see the Speak series, and there's a little form that you can fill out. You can type it into the contact form, or you can attach your document, and then we'll get it, and then we'll read it for you on Friday next week. And one of my favorite ones to read, I have read several times after she submitted it, just because it's just the most lovely piece of writing, is Melanin Blues. But you get to hear it now by the author, and I'm going to stop talking so she can do it. Sister Shabazz.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank you for always reading it like you wrote it. Every time I hear you read it, it's like, wow, she wrote that poem. It's good. So here's Melanin Blues. Melanin Blues. Melanin, melanin, melanin blues. Melanin blues, don't clown me over with sweet melodies of song verses, or pacify me with we'll rise, we'll rise, we will rise, then have me knocked over with melancholic rhythm banging against my heart as you see nothing except skin, hues of hatred while still claiming to love the rainbow. Melanin blues, melanin, melanin, melanin blues. I got you, melanin blues. Deja vu to me is singing. We shall overcome again and again and again. And they got you shamed for being a descendant of a slave, forgetting parts of you are descendant of the master too. Melanin blues, melanin blues, melanin, melanin, melanin blues, beautiful hues, melanin blues. You'll have none of that summer supper at the table. You'll have none of that 40-acre, no mule, no equal school, none of that. You'll rise, you'll rise, you'll rise, because you got those melanin, 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 melanin blues, bloodlines paying dues, melanin blues. This miseducation comes with ignorance, which is blatant. You don't know you. They hide in digested flesh particles of hatred too. Lost foundation, what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do with the black man. Do nothing, Frederick yells. Let that man be. As you rise, as you rise, as you rise, guttural stop. Man can't have you thinking. Guns start to pop. Let them fester and burn. Start over in the morn. Dog days, long nights. Deja vu, repeat. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. And it ain't never been a freedom song. It keeps you waiting and wanting and standing still with fist pumps to skies, still awaiting your rise. Free your mind, free yourself. There's no permission needed. Melanin blues, melanin blues, melanin, melanin, melanin blues, freedom dues, melanin blues. Stop singing and do. But remember, BB the King, he done told you, No one leaves here without singing them blues. You got them, you got them, you got them melanin blues, melanin, melanin, melanin hues.
And now you know why I'm a fan of that woman right there. This ain't no freedom song. Blessings, everybody. I'm gonna open up your cameras so everybody can see you. If you don't mind, the cameras are open just for a sec. I'm gonna do a gallery view here for the people. These are your poets tonight. Fire-tastic on tonight. Happy National Poetry Month. If you didn't know what you were getting into, now you do. Next time we are here on Friday, it is a cover, right? We are reading your words back to the world. So submit your words for next week. Thank you so much for being here with the Speak series by Word Seed. This season of poetry for this month, it has a media sponsor, Tap Into Patterson, and is also hosted by the Patterson Public Library. And I just want to say thank you to Tap Into Patterson. Thank you to the Patterson Public Library for your continued support. Thank you to all the members of the Word Seed board who work hard to make this happen. And thank you to all of you poets who celebrate poetry by just keep doing it. You keep doing it and you share with the world. And that means more than you know, or maybe you know. It means a lot to people who are looking for their own voices, and you're representing many, many voices with your words. So thank you for that. I applaud you. That's it. Have a very good night. I wish we had like some exit music, but we don't have any. So, hey, there's a little bit less. Hi. Peace and blessings, family. That has been the Speak series.